Formula One has experienced an incredible surge in its popularity in the recent past, with the biggest driving factor behind the rising interest being Drive to Survive, an original Netflix series that uncovers what's behind the scenes of our beloved sport, as it gives fans a different perspective by closely following the drivers and teams not just during a given race weekend. Striking a deal with Netflix was Formula One's move to increase its following in the States, as the American market remained to be one of its poorest demographics. That play has turned out perfectly, as viewership in America doubled since the show was first aired in early 2019. And with Season 4 going on air in no time, we thought we would give our viewers an insight into what the current Formula One drivers really think about the show. And there's a variety of opinions, to say the least, from die-hard lovers to drivers being so critical of the Netflix series that they refused to participate in the latest season. Verstappen was the first to share his thoughts, as he is the only one who publicly denied any interviews for Netflix. The reigning world champion admitted the exaggeration and fake rivalries is something he's not very fond of, saying he is far from being a dramatic show type of person. "I understand that it needs to be done to boost the popularity in America," said Verstappen. "But they faked a few rivalries which don't really exist, so I decided to not be a part of it and did not give any more interviews after that because then there's nothing you can show. I'm not really a dramatic show kind of person, I just want facts and real things to happen," concluded the Red Bull driver. Not having Verstappen in will hurt the Netflix producers, as he's the one figure they would hope to have access to, given his 2021 championship-winning campaign. His title rival, Lewis Hamilton, is set to take part in the fourth season, and it was Hamilton who was next to break his silence, as the seven-time champion recalled first getting approached by Netflix in 2018 as the Season 1 was being filmed. Back then, Hamilton refused to take part in the show as he was in a tense championship battle with Sebastian Vettel. As both Ferrari and Vettel shut down Netflix, Hamilton followed in their footsteps, as he thought that if he agreed, it would only be another distraction which would give the edge to his rival. "The main reason was that I felt that it was a big distraction and could potentially be a distraction, especially also because our main competitor was not doing it," said Hamilton. "There's a different environment when you're within your inner circle in the team and you need to protect it, and then you have a microphone swinging over your head and a camera pointed at you," admitted the Briton. "The media work already, as much as it makes Formula One, and we must be grateful, has become a very big part of the race weekends. And I felt that doing more of it would harm us in our performance, and this is why I decided that it was not for us," concluded the Mercedes driver. So, whilst both Verstappen and Hamilton weren't extremely fond of the Netflix guys, as the pros didn't outweigh the cons for the two champions, other drivers were much more welcoming of the Netflix crew, as they took the completely opposing stance to the two title protagonists. Daniel Ricciardo had no time to spare, as he praised the Netflix production and admitted it really helped Formula One to blow up in the States. "There's certainly been a lot of growth, and I honestly see that most in America. I think Europe has grown up in the F1 circle, so the change is not so evident there because it's always been around. But here in the States, it's very noticeable," said the Aussie, before continuing to side with the producers. "For sure, there's times when you want a little bit of space or privacy, but I do think if you let them know no cameras in this room or something, then they're pretty good with that," concluded Ricciardo. The McLaren driver seems to have a great relationship with the Netflix crew, as he remains to be one of the most frequently mentioned drivers and arguably got the most screen time during the past 3 seasons. And McLaren's affection towards Drive to Survive didn't stop there, as Lando Norris took a similarly positive stance to his teammate, despite him voicing his disagreement with the way his relationship with Carlos Sainz was portrayed in the show in the past. "You can choose a lot of things which almost go in and don't go in. I'm happy. I think it's a cool thing. I think I come across on it all right. I hope I don't come across in a bad way or an idiot or anything. I think they do a good job," said Norris. "I watch it every now and then. I've not actually watched the whole thing or even one episode. But from my side, it's fine, concluded the young McLaren driver before giving the word to Kimi Raikkonen, something Kimi certainly did not enjoy as he actually had to speak on camera. The Finn is known to be a man of very few words, as he despises the media and hates answering questions from the press, arguably even more than not having his drink connected. "I don't watch it, so I have no idea what they've done," said the Alfa Romeo driver when being asked about it. "Sometimes they always try to make it exciting. Is it a good or bad thing? Not sure about it, but everybody can make their own judgment about it," concluded the Iceman in typical fashion. But whilst Kimi had very little to say about the show, Esteban Ocon was the complete opposite, as the Frenchman really opened up about his relationship with Netflix, as he admitted he believes they had an immensely positive impact on his racing career. "I think Netflix has changed a lot of my life, not just the public stuff, but also in my career," said Ocon. "It has made the perception of me in difficult times where I didn't have a seat. That came out and people could actually see that I was desperate to have a drive again. That probably helped for my career to come back," admitted the Alpine driver. The last man to share his thoughts regarding Drive to Survive has been a driver who didn't have the easiest season last year. Nikita Mazepin came into the sport and was immediately met with a lot of pushback and hate from the fans. And even though he got dropped by Haas just after Barcelona testing, the Russian mentioned the series being a highlight of last year, as he has the majority of one of the episodes in Season 4 devoted to him. "What we've done is actually really cool," said Mazepin. "We went to my home place, we've been in my university, and loads of other different things, so we actually spent a lot of time together." The Haas driver believes that Drive to Survive has been positive in showcasing that drivers are not robotic and that they are actually individuals behind the helmets who are just the same as everybody else. All in all, it's hard to deny that Drive to Survive had a great impact on Formula One, as it brought countless eyeballs to the sport and turned millions of people worldwide from not having a clue about F1 to die-hard fans of the sport who now follow every single race. And whilst it can be understood that many people, including some drivers, aren't the biggest fans of the series, as it tends to create false drama and often uses fake radio messages to exaggerate the situation, you still can't neglect that it is a great watch during the off-season as we all get ready for the lights to finally go out in Bahrain. We want to know what you guys think. Will you be watching Drive to Survive this year? And what has been your favorite episode so far? Let us know in the comments, as we always read each and every single one of them. We've let YouTube decide what video you would enjoy watching next the most based on your own unique watching habits and interests. Let's see if they are right.